Hey, what's up guys? Rob here, and I'm the Sci-Fi Horror Guy. Thank you very much for tuning in today, and welcome back to yet another tag video. It just seems like tag videos are just all over YouTube now, and you know, I've done a couple myself, but I've been tagged once again by Thomas, aka HorrorFan34, my good buddy on YouTube, and he came up with something different. I've never actually heard of anything like this. It's called the subgenre horror tag. He listed 17 subgenres. And for example, like action horror, or mystery horror, or holiday horror. Subgenres. And he basically asks what your favorite movie out of that subgenre. So for instance, what's your favorite movie out of the action horror subgenre? So it's actually very simple, and to be honest, I thought I was going to have a hard time with this list, but it was very easy. A lot of these are just no-brainers, and a lot of these you're probably going to figure it out right away what my answer is based on my previous videos. So yeah, this is going to be a lot of fun. I'm not going to tag anybody at the end of the video because you know, Thomas tagged a lot of people, so I'm just going to leave it open if you want to do a response, or if you want to list your, you know, response down in the comments or whatever. You know, please do so. Please do this tag, you know, if you feel like you know, it's something that you're interested in. All right, 17. Let's start with number 1 here, and that is your favorite action horror film. For me, action horror has to go to Predator. Not The Predator, okay? Fuck that movie. This is Predator, 1987, okay? This is the best one in the whole series, in my opinion. I love Predator 2. Don't get me wrong. I love Predator 2. But this one is where it's at. Now, action horror. I could have said Aliens, and I love Aliens. Don't get me wrong. I love, you know, Alien and Aliens. Those are the best. Alien is more of a sci-fi horror film, and Aliens is more of a sci-fi action with horror elements. But for me, you know, this movie has a fantastic cast, fantastic action. I love the Predator. You know, it's not a bunch of predators, it's one predator hunting this small army. And I love the movie. It's got some of the most memorable quotes, and I love the jungle setting. Just amazing. So that is my pick for my favorite action horror movie. Next, number 2 is your favorite body horror. Now this is basically, body horror is like, you know, if somebody you know, turns into something, or like a creature, or you know, something that's not of this world, or, you know, embodies something different. For me, I'd have to agree with Thomas on this one and say The Fly, 1986. But also, I was going to mention this, and I think I'm going to, it's probably going to be a tie, but I had to mention The Fly. I mean, it's just got to be mentioned. But another one that nobody talks about. This is an underrated film directed by Toby Wilkins, and it is Splinter. This is a great film, you know, otherwise known as a body horror film. No one ever talks about it. It's fantastic. I have a lot of fun with this movie. If you have not seen Splinter, I think you're missing out. It's something different. I definitely recommend it. So I would say, you know, my pick would be The Fly, but I'd also throw in Splinter. Number 3 is your favorite comedy horror film. Hands down, that has to go to Gremlins, directed by Joe Dante. I love this movie. It is, you know, from the music to the characters, and you know, the Mogwai that, you know, you can't feed them after midnight. You can't get them wet. You can't put them out in sunlight and stuff like that. And then, you know, if you do all that stuff, you feed them after midnight and stuff, you know, they'll turn into, you know, these creatures, these gremlins. And they, you know, you got Corey Feldman in this. Just an amazing film. I mean, I remember watching this when I was younger, and I fell in love with it right away. So, Gremlins. I even like I even like the second Gremlins. I think the second one's very good too. Alright, number 4 is your favorite holiday horror film. And, you know, a lot of people probably pick Halloween or My Bloody Valentine. For me, I'm going to pick one that is criminally underrated, and it was directed by Jamie Blanks. Valentine, with Jeremy Melton wearing the Cupid mask. This movie's awesome. It's very cheesy. I like the characters. It's pretty much an all-woman cast. And this is a guy who kind of reminds me of Michael Myers walking around being creepy, but he uses all different kinds of weapons. He uses the kitchen knife. He uses the bow and arrow, which is my favorite. He uses an iron. He burns this guy with an iron, then he hits him with the iron using the cord, like yeah, this, I'm so glad Scream Factory released this with all these special features and stuff. This movie's awesome. So this is my favorite, hands down my favorite holiday horror film. Next, number 5, your favorite adventure horror film. Well, that was a no-brainer. The Descent. This movie is creepy, it's claustrophobic. You know, these girls basically go on a cave exploring, you know, adventure, exploring this cave, and then they get stuck down there, and it's a cave they've never been into or never explored before, and they run into these creatures, these man-eating creatures that are basically hunting them down there in the dark, and they have to survive and try to get out of there. So it's an adventure, you know, gone wrong. So this is a very, very good one. I highly recommend it. Stay away from part 2. That thing's a piece of shit. Anyway. Next one is number 6. Your favorite mystery horror film. I had to think about this one. Because number 6 and 7 are kind of, they fall almost in the same. But for mystery, I'd have to go with 10 Cloverfield Lane. This movie is very mysterious. You know, when the first time I saw this movie, I'm like, what is going on here? I mean, there's some psychological things going on in it, but I was kind of like, it's mysterious on how these characters are like underground, and they say there's like an alien attack or something going on, you know, outside. But we don't know that. We don't know that. We think, you know, John Goodman plays this. He is so amazing in this movie, John Goodman. You're trying to like believe if he's telling truth or if he's really keeping these people down there because he's psycho. So there's a whole mystery to it, and you know, the ending shows you exactly what happens, but this movie is just mysterious all around. I love it. 10 Cloverfield Lane. Number 7 is your favorite psychological horror film. That's a no-brainer. The Shining, which could also lead into mystery as well. These could be reversed. I mean, they could be in the same thing, but The Shining is my favorite horror film of all time. Jack Nicholson steals the show. Even Shelley Duvall did good. Scatman Crothers. I love the whole hotel setting, the haunted aspects. Kubrick. This is my favorite film when it comes to Stanley Kubrick movies. Alright, number 8 is your favorite science fiction horror. That was a no-brainer. That is the original Alien, for sure. This has everything. I love music by Jerry Goldsmith. Dan O'Bannon did the story, and Dan O'Bannon directed Return of the Living Dead, which is definitely one of my favorite zombie films. If you haven't seen my zombie ranking, definitely check that out. I do my top 10 favorite zombie films, and Return of the Living Dead is on there. You know, John Hurt, Sigourney Weaver, it's an amazing cast. Yeah, just an awesome movie for sure. So, yeah, has it all. I love how creepy outer space can be, you know, especially going down those dark corridors and, like, you know, this alien walking around, and the face huggers probably creep me out the most. I mean, the fact that they're like this and they're planting eggs in you, and then the chest burster, it's crazy. Number 9 is favorite slasher. That would have to go to the original Halloween, of course. This movie really left a mark, especially in the slasher genre. Just a normal guy walking around with a mask, and stalking babysitters and being creepy, standing in the shadows. He's the Shape. Driving around in a station wagon. Just a normal guy. He doesn't have to be intimidating like the Rob Zombie version where he's a fucking, 9-foot tall guy in a mask. I mean, I can see how that can be intimidating, but you don't need it. You don't need it. This movie proves that. Okay? This movie proves it. Number 10 is your favorite splatter film. Now, there's a lot of good splatter films, but this one comes to mind when I was looking through my collection. I'm like, you know what? This is definitely a damn good splatter film. Now, the ending is... I probably would have went with a different ending, but leading up to then, I love it, and it is high tension. This is a damn gory movie. It's gory as hell. But it is awesome. Practical effects and, saws and knives and just everything you can imagine. Like I said, I didn't really care for the ending, how that went, but just a really good splatter film altogether. Number 11 is your favorite supernatural horror film. That would go to The Changeling. The very, very creepy movie. This is the Severin Films releasing, and I actually have the limited edition slipcover over there because I don't want it to get dented or anything like that. I'm kind of anal about that. But anyway, yeah, The Changeling, definitely. I could have said Poltergeist. That's also a classic. I was trying to think of something that was very, very creepy as far as supernatural goes, but also awesome, a great film at the same time. Number 12, favorite zombie film. You guys probably already know that if you've seen my top 10 zombie films. Dawn of the Dead, 1978. No question. I love this movie. So I talk about that in my zombie top 10 zombie films, so definitely check that out. Number 13, favorite found footage film. That's easy. The Blair Witch Project. Not only is this one of my favorite horror films of all time, it's definitely my favorite found footage film. This is the best one right here. They did it so good that people were trying to spoof it, and people were trying to do parodies and all that stuff, and even found footage tech. They were trying to, upscale and upstage this movie. And in my opinion, we haven't had a good movie as far as found footage. Well, I should say As Above, So Below was different. It was different than what they did here. I think As Above, So Below is the one that... I think that's the one that had original content as far as... or the most original kind of story since the Blair Witch Project. So, at least in my opinion. Number 14, favorite serial killer horror film. And this doesn't include like Jason or Michael Myers or anybody that's outside of the main serial killers, Freddy and all that stuff. I would pick Wolf Creek with Mick Taylor, played by John Jarrett. He's hysterical, and of course this was based on true events. This movie is awesome. It's an Australian horror film, and yeah, I don't think it really gets talked about enough. I love the sequel. The sequel is awesome, and I believe they even have a TV show, but I haven't seen that actually. But I really hope they. Yeah, I need to get these on Blu-ray actually. So yeah, that would be my favorite serial killer horror film outside of like the main serial killers. Number 15 is your favorite urban legend horror film. For me, that's going to go to A House of a Thousand Corpses. This is my favorite Rob Zombie film, and it's definitely an awesome original horror film with a great urban legend about Dr. Satan. And that's the whole motive, that's the main character's motive to actually progress in the story, to go out and find this hanging tree where Dr. Satan was hung, and then they run into the Firefly family, and then all hell breaks loose. So this movie is really, really awesome urban legend horror film. Number 16, favorite vampire film. That's a no-brainer. 30 Days of Night, starring Josh Hartnett. I freaking love this movie. Great effects, great intense moments. Just, the vampires are badass in this movie. They are badass, okay? Josh Hartnett, I'm not the biggest fan. Like, he was fine in H2O. He didn't really do much. The Faculty, in The Faculty, he was just kind of like, just walking around. In this movie, I felt like he did a lot. I really liked him in this movie. Number 17, which is the last one, your favorite werewolf film, and that is hands down An American Werewolf in London. Love this movie, love the effects. Written and directed by John Landis. Yeah, probably it's my favorite werewolf movie ever. And there's some good ones out there. You know, I really like The Howling, and so even some of the Wild Eye titles. Like, what was that one? Bone Hill Road, I really liked. And then there's werewolf movies that aren't very, aren't really horror style. Teen Wolf, which is a comedy, but I really like that one. But yeah, I'd say, like, going all out werewolf, besides like Wolfman or whatever, American Werewolf in London is definitely the best, in my opinion. So there you go. Those are the 17 subgenres in horror that Thomas listed, and yeah, those are my answers. So very simple. Just pick your favorite movie out of that subgenre. I hope you guys participate. I just want to give a shout out to Thomas, HorrorFan34. Thank you very much for tagging me. I really do appreciate it, and I love doing these tag videos anyway, so I appreciate the support and all that. So I'll be back with more videos, and I promise it's not going to be tag videos. I'm not going to be doing all tag videos on my channel. I actually have a lot of reviews in a different style that I'm doing reviews, and I can't wait for you guys to see it. I hope you guys enjoy it. That's what I'm going to be doing. If YouTube will leave me alone, if YouTube will not give me copyright infringement bullcrap, if I can stay away from that stuff, then this will be awesome. Okay, I guess I'm just going to have to test it out or something, but this is the way I'm going to be doing reviews, and I can't wait for you guys to see it. I also have a really cool epic tribute coming that I'm working on right now, and it's taken me a little while, and I think it's going to take a little bit longer. But when I'm all finished, it's going to be an awesome mixed match of, like, horror. I think I'm calling it Villains, Killers, and Creatures, an epic tribute. And I'm going to bring, like, all these genres together, and all these serial killers and creatures and villains all together in this one video. That's what I want to do. And I think there's probably like 150 different ones. So it's going to be an epic video. I can't wait till that's finished. So anyway, I'm not going to ramble on here. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Subscribe for more content. Give it a like if you liked it. And yeah, stay tuned. See you guys next time.